What a wild ride that was from the Reddit post from a friend of a friend or whoever that was that changed the odds of Levis being potentially picked number 1 overall. And then we're seeing him, in the green room the entire draft, the slide happening, doesn't get picked on the first day, ends up in Nashville with the Titans. Was that one of the bigger surprises for you? I mean, we see the slides every year, right? But the fact that it was Levis and the fact that it was all the way out of the first round.
Made me wonder, Dan, about just how much, because, you and I straddle the media/evaluation side, right? So, in other words, we are media. I always love when we work with people who go, I'm really not media. Yeah, you are, because you're doing it, right? I mean, how many times we do work, especially with, ex-coaches who come over to our side and I'm really not media. Coach, I'm not to break this to you. Yeah, you are. Okay. But we're also evaluating these kids, and how much of that did I miss in terms of the true evaluation of Will Levis versus the media hype that went with it, what we were talking about with him, to elevate him to where on mock drafts it was not outlandish to see him go number 2 to Houston. It was not outlandish to see him go 4 to Indianapolis. I had him going 12 to Houston in my final mock draft. So did I miss something? Did I misevaluate? Did I do, who knows with all that? So, it was a slide for him. It kind of reminded me of Brady Quinn, unfortunately, when Brady didn't go at 9 to Miami and the slide started.
Right.
But I remember that year the commissioner went and got Brady Quinn and took him out of the green room and put him back behind closed doors because we were showing him every other second. And that was one of the coolest things I had seen, the compassion by the commissioner, get him out of the firing line. And by the way, Brady went 22 to Cleveland. But I'll never forget him coming out and just not seeing joy, but you're just seeing relief and anguish.
Yeah.
To go number 22 in the draft. That didn't happen for Will Levis. He had to sit there and eat it, right? He had to sit there and own it the entire time.
Why didn't somebody come rescue him, Charles?
The next day when he was at home.
I said, why didn't the commissioner come rescue Will Levis?
Yeah, I can't answer that one. I kind of thought it might happen.
Right.
But it did not. But just, and then, of course, he went home, and then the next day it was a short deal, and maybe to give him a little extra fuel and the whole deal. But it also told us about evaluations, too, because he nor Hendon Hooker, who also was popularly mocked to possibly get into the first round, neither one of them went. And then the next day, Will Levis came off board early, and Hendon Hooker didn't come off board to the third round. So the evaluations and where people had him, they had Will Levis ahead of Hendon Hooker.
Which surprised.
And there was a lot of conversation by many of us, me included, that had Hooker ahead of Will Levis.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.